Jill and Steve here.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from sunny Southern California. Today, we are so excited and so happy to be having another show with longtime Land Academy members, Tom and Patrycja Zak. Welcome. Glad you guys are here. Yay.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
We have an audience with godfathers of land.
Yes, exactly. So, and you guys have been at both of our live events, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And you have been to our home. I'm so happy. And it's so nice. We haven't really talked since then. Like, it's kind of sad. This time, normally we're getting ready to see you guys in October. So since we're not getting to do this, this is extra special for us too, that we can kind of give each other a virtual hug and see you guys and catch up and hear what you're up to. So if you would, why don't you give everybody watching and listening kind of a little background on you and how you came to Land Academy, please.
No, I don't want to make this too long, but it's been 3 years. So I kind of been in a little bit in real estate. So we were buying rental properties on the south side of Chicago. So I was buying these deals from people that were getting them on tax auctions. So I was buying tax certificates from them, and I figured maybe I could just buy the tax liens and foreclose myself and so on. I started digging in, and we buy a course. I don't even remember the guy's name that we bought it from.
That was a long time ago. That was like 5 years ago.
Yeah. So we bought it, and actually we went to the auction and we bought some tax liens. I don't even know what happened to these liens. But we did, and I figured we get a tax list. So I figured maybe we could send letters to the list that we received, from the county. And we started digging in, and we find actually Land Geek first, and Podolsky, and he was trying to close us on a Zoom call. we didn't go that direction, but then we found you guys, and we went for it.
I remember first podcast that I heard Jill first. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so funny. What's that?
Yeah. So we bought it. Beginnings were kind of tough. As I mentioned, we didn't use Excel whatsoever before that. I know that it's a big emphasis on Excel and being techy and stuff, and we are not of that whatsoever. So we had to start from scratch, literally. At the beginning, I figure Jack's going to help me a lot with that. And Jack didn't really, want to do the job for me. So I figure like, fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. So I figure like, I'm going to have to do it myself. And that was the best thing ever happened to us. Our life, whatever this is going to go from here, our lives changed for better already.
Thanks to you guys.
I remember, didn't we all did a consulting call
Like
really
on,
really on.
Yeah.
And I remember we were a little worried with the Excel thing. Well, I'll be honest.
I thought it was Patrycja.
You were worried.
Everybody was worried.
Yeah. It was a long journey. We made it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was like stressed. You guys gonna ask me about numbers, this or that, or schedule. No schedule, no numbers. We just blessed it, and we buy it, we sell it. Yeah. And it's we try to have a schedule, but I hate personally to have a schedule. I work all the time, but I don't like to follow the schedule. If I follow the schedule, I feel like I must do something. I still must do it, but I would I don't know, it's making me feel better if I do it on my own terms. But we still work all the time, so don't get me wrong, but yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
It's so funny. You are just us, but like I know
yeah,
Patricia
yeah,
and
yeah,
I are all
yeah.
like in a lot of ways, but I think Patricia, you're more like
Yeah.
Steven in
It's a
that way with
mixture. It's
the
a mixture.
It's
It's
a
hard to
mixture,
pinpoint, but
but
yeah, yeah.
I can see that
A patch
totally.
of a patch of Jill, a patch of Jack here and there, And,
I like that. Yeah, I like
Mhm.
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
So how many deals have you guys done to date, or just ballpark? What's a typical deal look like for you right now? And then what's next for you all?
Uh, the first year we did about 50 deals. So we do less deals but bigger profits now. Um, and we usually we do like terms. I don't know. It
Yeah.
gives me a peace of mind that the money's coming in every month. So we try to have a nice chunk of change coming in every month. So if we buy for terms, we try to buy under 5,000. But if we buy for cash, we go like from 10 to 20, 30,000. We buy it, and usually we sell it for double that. So doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes works out for better, but pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we try to diversify, buy some for cash, some for terms, different mailouts, different strategies. So we're trying to get to a certain amount of term deals, money coming in, cash flowing, but that amount is getting higher and higher. So I don't know.
I know it should be
Yeah,
that way, right?
yeah. I get. We were thinking that if we're gonna get to this point, we're
Yeah.
just gonna stop. But I don't know. It's just
When
that
it
amount
comes
is increasing. So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, we're trying to get more and more.
So is it because this is what this one does. Um Jack will say, "Okay, I will be so happy when we're here. That's it. Done.
Yeah,
We're good."
same,
Okay, same.
same
He goes
here.
the same way.
Yep,
And then he
yep.
goes, I think we went a little low. Now
yeah.
I want to make it here. And then I want to make it here. I'm like,
Oh yeah. Same
Okay.
story over
So with
here.
that, I'm exactly the same way. I'm never satisfied.
there,
But I
there
think
we
it's a
go.
good thing. I think it's a good thing.
But
It's
one thing that I don't do, I'm trying to work on it. I try to celebrate little victories.
Oh,
So
that's a huge problem.
so we
I
were.
like to celebrate. He doesn't like to celebrate at all.
Yeah, I'm like, what? It's not really a big thing. Let's just
Yeah.
celebrate on our next goal,
Yeah.
and the next
Yep.
goal comes,
Yeah.
and
It never
yeah,
happens.
yeah. I'm really stingy. I'm really stingy when it comes to money. We don't really spend money.
That's
Actually,
funny.
we didn't spend
I
any
feel your
money
pain, Patricia.
that we bought from land whatsoever. Yeah,
No, yeah.
yeah.
All the money comes.
But we were looking at a
Too.
car just today, so maybe we'll buy a car.
I
Oh,
don't think it's gonna happen.
But actually, one thing that I gotta say that we did, thanks to you guys, so you are part of it, a big part of it. Me and my sister, we bought a almost brand new car for my mother. So we
Oh,
were able to do
yeah.
that. So that was really precious and special for us.
That was so
Great.
And that's thanks to you guys.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
that's
so
all about.
cool.
That's what this is all about.
Aw,
Yeah,
I love
yeah. So she was really happy
That was
about
very
that.
lovely. She was
Yeah.
crying. Everyone was crying. Everyone
It's
was
a nice
crying.
feeling.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That so gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
so good.
that
That's
was. I really loved that feeling. That was great.
that's important. Like that's how we roll personally too. That I love being in a position that, and this is you more. This is you. You started this where he's always been very generous. And when we first got together, I was like surprised. And I'm like, wow, he's like, okay, what would you and all of your friends like to drink? And then I'm like, wow. And he's never changed. He's always been that way. And I love that. Um, you know, giving and sharing what you have
Yeah.
and doing good things for people, family and friends, and so it makes me feel so good.
I
What are we gonna
know.
do with all this? You know what?
Yeah.
Because Tom, you're gonna keep up in the level. We all know you're gonna keep, and you too, Jack. You're gonna keep moving up our
Yeah.
goals. So it's good to share. What are we all gonna do with it all? You know?
Yeah.
I have a few ideas.
Oh, okay. Patricia's like, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Yeah. Some shoes, some clothes.
Oh no, not shoes. Helping people. It's just I think it's
Yeah.
the next level when you feel like you can help some people and you can share a few things. That's makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, speaking of that, have you guys done deal funding for other people yet?
No, we didn't. No, we are okay. So when the corona hit, we had literally no money in the account.
All the money in
Everything was in
land.
land,
Yep,
like everything. So I got terrified. So I was like, "Shit, we're gonna." I don't know which direction is this gonna go. You know, it could go either direction. So I think I would still do everything as I did. So we just stopped sending mailers for a little bit. I wanted to see if we're gonna be able to sell because if something bad would happen with that corona thing, we would have no money. What's nothing, you know. So
Right.
but it turns out we sold out.
Yeah,
We
we are
sold
sold
out.
out. We
We are
sold
sold
everything.
out.
So good.
So
I
we're sitting on a
know.
bunch of cash. So maybe I should be thinking about that. But you know, I just decided to spend more money on mailers. So we're sending
Good.
more mailers,
Good.
and we are actually in the process of buying a bunch of deals. So yeah, so just going that direction. Yeah.
That's so, so good.
Yeah,
What's your
but
biggest challenge in all this? Is there any big challenge?
big challenge. Yeah,
What's the toughest part?
the data is a challenge for me because I'm not really that tech savvy, and like I mentioned, I was not trying to make a joke that Excel is it's a beast for me, another beast. So I'm learning as I go. You know, and sometimes when I send a mailer and I don't get the results, I keep doubting myself.
Yeah.
I keep questioning. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe all the money. That's all we have, you know, and now we just gotta come up with something else. And then I send another mailer and it works, but I still don't believe all the way, you know, because maybe I doubt my skills in Excel per se, but I'm working on it and it's getting better. Yeah, trying to organize, learn. Yeah,
To this
Yeah.
day, when we send a mailer out, I still think it's going to fail.
Do you really?
To this day.
Yep.
Look at it.
You guys
somehow
are alike. And then Patricia and I are like, yeah,
Wow.
we'll save it. Don't worry. We got this.
And then
I
we buy like
know.
22.
Yeah.
We
Just
sent
do
one
it.
out.
I just do it.
I would
We
never.
just had a mailer hit today.
Yeah.
And I was sure it wasn't going to work. And she's buying like, she
Wow.
was
It's
telling me
great.
right before this call, she's like, this one's even better. You know,
Yeah. I'm picking up all these properties for under 1,000 an acre, and they're selling everywhere from it's right around 3,000 to 4,000 an acre. I'm like, we can't go wrong with
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So this is perfect. I'm like, yeah, and they're like signing them and sending them back. I don't know
Oh
what it
my
is about
God.
this batch right now, but it's great. So
Yeah.
it's so cool.
You
Have
know,
you guys go ahead?
you know, I was just saying that as far as county research and so on, you guys put a big emphasis on picking a county and so on. From my experience, you know, if even in a county that per se it's not a good county, if you find a good deal, it still sells. You know, so. But I've been trying to do better research on counties and so on, in different approaches and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get a better yield. But overall, it's working. But again, I keep when I hear Laurie, Travis, or Luke, and you guys and talking about county picking, I'm like, God damn it, I'm missing something for sure.
I think he just thinks too much. Like
Yeah.
seriously, just thinks too much. Like
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I think if you're concerned and, you know, somewhat pessimistic about this, and you're always trying new things because you're
That's good.
afraid of failing, then you're never going to fail.
That's
It's
good.
the opposite.
Maybe I'm trying too
Yeah.
many new things. You know, maybe I should just concentrate on one approach. I guess I don't know, but I like to
Yeah.
try new things. Then it's not boring, you know, to me. You know, so I like different counties, different approaches. It's exciting that way. You know.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked with a broker in an area, or have you always
Oh my
sold
God.
properties yourself?
So we tried. I was looking for a good agent for like I don't know 6 months, and I connect with couple agents, realtors, but no luck at all. I don't know. I've been like having really trouble to find somebody.
But there was nobody really that was doing strictly land or whatever. So she was just looking for agents overall that would help out. But everything's sold anyway, so.
Good, so I didn't need it.
Yeah, for now, I don't know if that's gonna.
Yeah, well, everything will sell, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, the 100% return out of investment is great. But you know, like I'm coming from rental investments. So if we get 10-15% a year return, it's good, you know.
Right.
So even if we would buy something and sell it on terms, we would get a return 50% return a year. It's still great. I still would find investors and so on. So everybody keeps saying about these huge amounts, huge returns, but it's worth, even if it doesn't work out, it's so great.
Yes.
Exactly. No,
Yeah.
you're so right, Tom. We all throw around these figures and these numbers because it's just like, this is how we roll.
Yeah.
The normal business world would be like, what the heck are you
Yeah.
talking about? How is that possible?
Right.
Like,
When I talk to people and I tell them that that was a bad deal, you get a 50% return on investment. They're like, what? What the hell are you talking about?
exactly.
And that's per year, you know. So they're like, what are you talking about? Yeah. So it's good either way. Even if it's bad, it's good.
Exactly. That's it. And you guys know how to move it. So that's great.
Yeah.
So what's something that you now 3 years in, what would be something you wish you could have told yourself 3 years ago?
Oh my God.
What advice would you have for yourselves?
Just send more mail.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I know it's kind of cliche because everyone is saying that, but
it's a looks saying, you know. So but that's how it is pretty much. Yeah. I was overthinking, you know. I was doubting myself at the beginning. So I think just sending more mail would be the first change that I would do if I would start over again. Just
All right, that's
just
going to be
send
the title of this episode.
Send more
What is
mail.
it?
Send more mail with Tom and Patricia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, because like with us, you know, I wouldn't say that the knowledge and the skills are the emphasis. It's just, you know, being persistent and not giving up and just learning. Of course, you got to be learning, so the knowledge comes. But we didn't start with the knowledge. We didn't even start with the money. We had, I think, we started like with $5,000.
Yeah.
So we, you know, we're really good now as far as money wise.
That's really good. So start with $5,000. Did you ever question it, or did you just know that?
I was questioning. That's why it took us so long because I didn't want to, like, you know, just spend everything that I had. Even if we sold something, I still was questioning. So I just wanted to see if it works, really works, until I'm really gonna, you know, putting all my money. So I'm saying until I'm gonna put all my $5,000 in.
I mean, I swear that's why you're successful, or one of the reasons, because you're thinking about it, and you know, you want to make sure that you're not making it's a pain in the ass to live with somebody like that. I know Jill knows that, but
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's good for business.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. It's true. He runs the numbers 6 different ways, and I'm like, let's just do it.
I test everything. Test everything for failure always, constantly.
Yeah.
And my whole thing is, okay, if however all your numbers come out, if we hit half of that, we're still winning. So we'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's
So actually, what I mentioned before, that 50% return would be, it is great in, you know, real estate standards, maybe not in land standards. So I sometimes when we like getting the deals that we're just getting like, you know, 80% return or whatever, and I'm like, shit, it's just low, you know, it's not enough. You know, if we would just put all our money in, you would be getting just 50% return yearly. return on investment, they'll be tremendous. They'll be great,
Oh, you'd be done.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with us.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna stop someday? I don't think so. It's like,
yeah. But I think that the 50, I could do that, and then we work out, and I would be getting deals up to here, just getting 50%. But in my head, because all of this, I keep thinking it's bad. It's not enough, so I don't do it.
You're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You got to have cash reserves and other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good. I love it. So yeah, so what's next? Have you explored different niches, different property types, or are you looking at bigger parcels?
Yeah, well, I'm learning from the podcast. I was listening to, let's say, L'Oreal Look and see if they are buying smaller acreage well, I'm trying that approach now. So per se, did they mention that people easier sell smaller acreage for lower amounts than a bigger acreage? So I saw some logic in it. So I'm trying to get smaller acreage, but much bigger amounts of money. So actually, I'm working a mailer now, but it's pain in the ass because the prices in the county are so different. So the small acreage is usually near the cities.
Okay.
So in the counties, vast and the remote areas have much different prices. So like I said, that's a struggle with me still as far as in writing scripts for Excel and so on. So I do actually work with a guy that writes those scripts for me.
Good.
So I figure if it's difficult for me, so I might as well pay somebody. It's just easier, So if I would learn myself, it would take me forever. Yeah.
I think that's smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
One time I tried to learn a specific computer language to develop a tool, an online SaaS tool. And like a month into it, I said, this is the dumbest thing I've ever tried to do. It's like not a good use of my time.
Yeah.
And somebody overseas sold it in like a day. The whole thing. Got it all done.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So. Same year, and then doing paperwork. I just like, oh my God, can't do it. Yeah, it's just not worth it. I'm just like stressful each time I'm doing the deed.
Every time she sends a deed in, and she's like, "Oh my God, probably there was a mistake. Probably they're not gonna approve it. Probably they're not gonna approve it." She keeps crying about it for a month, and then it comes in and it's good. Or if it's not, she fixes it.
But it's just not my thing at all.
Yeah.
No,
that's funny.
So this is ending up being a couples therapy session. You guys have separate native languages, right?
Polish, yeah.
Do you have different native languages, don't you?
No.
Oh, you're both Polish?
Polish. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So when you're super mad at each other, do you just yell at each other in Polish?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah. So funny.
They're like, what are you talking about? We did that right before we turned the camera on.
Yeah, we did. I wanted to make her nervous a little. And when I went out and I said that I'm going to McDonald's to get some ice cream, so she's gonna be stuck, in front of the camera on her own. So she was like shaking.
He's like comes back in with his ice cream.
So I did say I'm gonna come in with an ice cream cone and like, hey, what's up?
Like, oh, is it that time?
We get a McDonald's right across the street, so
that's convenient. That's kind of cool. It is. I'm glad we don't have that.
So am I.
We love the ice cream.
So if you ever have any Wi-Fi issues, you can just run outside.
Probably see the network.
Yeah, that's what she was doing in Poland. She was still closing deals in Poland, and the Wi-Fi went out in her house. Her mother called, a bunch of houses. But you gotta understand that it's 42 houses in the village. So she called other people to see if they have Wi-Fi, and she went there to work a little. Then she came back home.
brilliant.
Mhm.
That's
And
so
you
cute.
gotta ride a bicycle in order to get electricity.
No,
No, but it's pretty close.
that's
Aw,
not true.
I love seeing your pictures when you're traveling, Patricia, and
Yeah,
all like the
think
nieces
of
and the
myself.
nephews.
Mm.
It's really cool. Isn't
Yeah,
that great that we can do this now? I just that's one of the
yep.
things I just love about land. And I wish I could see more of it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Gives you this freedom for sure. You can
Mhm.
go anywhere and you can work
Totally.
from anywhere. You just
Yeah.
need a Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi. They
Yeah.
say in Poland Wi-Fi.
They say weepy.
Wi-Fi
And that's
and
all.
Wi-Fi.
That's all you need. That's so
It's
funny.
hilarious.
Hilarious.
Even for Poles, it's hilarious. Wi-Fi.
I
Wi-Fi.
love it. It's weepy. So and I forgot. I just have to apologize real quick too. I gave you both Patricias. I put Zach, but it's Debicki. Is that how you say your last name, Tom?
Well, you pronounce it Dembicki.
Debicki.
Debicki. Okay.
And my last name is Jacques.
Zach.
I like to, say it in I think it's from, I don't know, French.
Well, just like Jill's last name.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it. I'm gonna call it Wi-Fi now forever.
Me
Now
too.
I know.
So am I.
I'm gonna go, well, that's great. But do they have free Wi-Fi?
This whole generation that's younger than us believes that we're just technologically inept.
Right.
That we
Mhm.
don't. I've never been on a computer before. I don't really know how to use my phone, and so I'm going to walk around to that whole generation and say, "Yeah, it's on the Wi-Fi."
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. That's so good. Do you guys have any questions you want to ask us before we wrap it up?
Do we?
I don't think I have any question. Well, how do you appraise?
5 acres.
Like a county with I'm just talking about my difficulties. So
Oh,
Jack, how do you go about appraising an area? It's got big price differences per acreage.
I can
There you
tell you
go.
exactly what I did on this last mailer, and I thought it was not going to work. We went into a county that had, and we did this on purpose just to test it so we can explain it to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It had no comps. It just had it had no property for sale, and very few properties, that have been sold. Like 2 properties in the whole county. So I went and took a look at houses, engaged, and did a bunch of stuff that it was completely non-scientific. And I sent it to Jill, and she checked it, and she cut it in half. The price that I came up with, and we mailed it, and we're doing great.
yep.
Oh, wow.
So
You
who
guys
did the
know
mailer?
too.
Who did the mailer? I'm confused.
So he did, but because it's like the test for reason at the end. That's the part where I'll get in and I'll kind of sometimes too, I'm just checking to make sure that the data's all lined up. Just kind of
Cutting
go
it had it.
through
Cutting
the
it
mail
had it.
merge before we sign off on it. But I'll pull them up real quick and see, okay, if this guy signs it and sends it back, am I going to buy it like this? And then I'm like, I'd rather come in a little lower than this. Can we adjust it? And then he makes the executive decision like, yeah, you want it to be on fire? I'll make it on fire. And like, here's what we're doing. And it works out. That's the stuff right now. I'm buying for even less than it. I'm buying 7 acres for $5,000, and everything in this area I'm buying, they're selling for $3,000 and $4,000 an acre. I'm like, ooh, this is good.
You can take. There's sometimes in really rural areas with no comps like that. There's a lot more art than science to it, which really makes me nervous. What I did recently on one county is I took all the houses, the SFRs, with a lot of land. And sorted for it that way. And so, and then I subtracted the value of the construction. And made my own comp set that way. And then she cut it in half. So it's really, you want to go in pretty hot right now. We're having a lot of success going in really, really cheap.
Do you guys feel overwhelmed sometimes, or you don't not anymore?
No.
Yeah, I have to think about it.
Our staff we have a lot of staff.
Yeah.
We're kind of like you guys too, though, where I work all the time, kind of.
Yeah.
And it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Because I just love it anyway.
Yeah.
I love, and I now have a great team that they get all the inbound everything,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll get a signed purchase agreement in my email. I just forward it to Jan. I forward it to my, and they input it, they look at, and then they tag me when it's ready for me to now look at and make a decision. So I can spend, not much time each day, less than an hour. I can sit and review a bunch of deals.
Sure.
And then I'm a yes, or it's a no, or it's I need to know these 3 questions, and I just send it to them. And then by tomorrow they have all the answers for me. It's great. And then I say yep, and then we open escrow, and then they do it from there. So it's funny. I love it. I think maybe because I'm such a deal junkie, if I am overwhelmed, that's the best thing on the planet.
Yeah.
If I can't keep up with the phone calls, I'm like, yay, this is awesome.
If I could compare it to,
I've truly, honestly given up Saturday nights to answer the phone.
Oh yeah.
Big mailers are hitting because I just love it.
I love it too.
Yeah. Every morning is like Christmas morning,
Yeah.
A new deal comes in and I'm looking at it. I'm unpacking the package. Oh, it's great.
The trip to
I love it. I love it.
Like,
yeah.
That could be another title of this show, which is really good. It's like opening an envelope is like Christmas morning.
Yeah,
pretty much. That's how it is. That's the best part.
Side offer, it's the best.
Once I see it,
nothing else.
Let's move to the next one.
Yeah. That's the hard part. That's when you kind of like I have to like reel myself back in. Like, okay, don't get too whatever here comfortable. This is because you're like the excitement's kind of over. You're like, oh, I know how it's gonna sell.
That's true.
You should be celebrating that too.
There you go.
Yeah. I promise I'll be celebrating more.
Okay, good. And not just with an ice cream from McDonald's.
No.
That's good too,
Maybe like jewelry or something.
Let's not push it now. Let's not push it now.
That's why I get excited or anything.
We were thinking about electric bikes.
Electric bikes.
Yeah. Do that. You have electric bikes now?
No, I was gonna buy it, but then I didn't.
We love them.
Yeah, we have them.
You do, right?
Life changing. Changed our lives.
There you go.
Highly recommend that. And where you guys live, your summertime and your fall, you could bike all over the place. It'd be so much fun.
We still do.
But then, we want to work all the time, so it's like, waste of money.
Yeah. Go get yourself out. I do that. I it's funny you say that, Tom. Like I have got myself, I've done that where I have to kind of almost, you've done that. He's come in and said, you're leaving your desk right now. I know how long you've been sitting here and we're going out. And because sometimes I get too into it.
That's going to happen 3 hours from now.
True.
I'm serious today.
He will. It's going to say, turn your computer off or I'm cutting the power. Or I'm going to go and unplug the Wi-Fi.
No way.
We're going out.
My mother's going to watch the show. She will be over.
I love it. Yeah. That's so good. How do you say have a great day in Polish?
Oh. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Miłego dnia. Miłego dnia.
Miłego dnia.
Miłego dnia.
Miłego dnia. That's so cool. All right, I won't remember that one, but that's
just stick with Wi-Fi.
So weird.
Exactly. That's so good. Well, thank you so much. Everything else.
And actually, we would like to thank you because you guys, we keep saying that, but I got to say it one more time. You got to really register. You guys really changed our lives. Oh my God, we're so thankful that we, found you guys and we stuck to it, even though Jack didn't want to do it for me.
No, it's just priceless, guys. Yeah. All the community and you guys, and we really love it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Even if we would make another $1 today, you already changed our lives.
Yeah, I know.
So as it is, so we're so thankful.
Thank you.
I can't wait to do this again when we're going to say, well, it's 5 years now. Mm-hmm. Well, it's 10 years now. And That's gonna be really
And
cool.
Tom will still be upset about something.
He's still gonna be
Probably. I guarantee it.
awesome. That's all right. Patricia's gonna be riding around on her electric bike, getting in her new car with her brand new watch.
Dripping with diamonds.
Yeah. Are we getting bikes or not?
That's awesome.
Thanks again, guys. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, I'll see you. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.